And this is a 30-minute prenatal yoga flow. This is suitable for second trimester. So if you're in your first trimester, there is a 20-minute video for you. If you're in your second trimester, you're in the right place. Just check in with your GP before you take this practice to make sure that you're all good to practice and move and do yoga. And just make sure that you feel good as well. If you're feeling a little bit tired or fatigued, then please do take it nice and slow. This is quite an energizing flow, as you will feel a little bit more energized in trimester 2, but there are those days that you might feel a little bit tired as well. Take it slow and enjoy this practice. We're going to start seated here. So hands are just going to rest onto baby, and we're just going to allow the knees to naturally drop out. We just take a few moments to allow the bottom to soften into the floor. Allow the natural rise and fall there of the breath. And just start to bring yourself into this space, letting go of anything from your day or anything that you're worrying about or thinking about. These next 30 minutes are for you to tune into your body, your breath, and to really just wiggle out any aches or pains, areas of tension. And remind yourself that every day in your pregnancy journey, the body, the mindset is going to be a little bit different. So if you're feeling a little bit off today, don't worry, don't panic. If you're feeling really energetic, that's great. Just notice where you are today. Being kind to your body, being kind to your mind as you enjoy this journey on the mat and being pregnant. Let's start by taking a nice full breath in, expanding through the belly and drawing baby back to spine. 2 more big breath in. One more. Lovely. Just slowly start to bring your right fingertips down to the floor. Just reach your left arm up and over. You might just stay here. You might take it a little bit further. Again, just feeling that length through the side of the body. Beautiful. Bring that left hand down to the floor. Reach your right arm up and over. Just releasing there through the lower back. And then coming back through the center. Take a nice big shrug of your shoulders up to the ears. Drop them all the way down the back. Lovely. Circle the shoulders for 2. And for 3. Lovely. Find your eagle arms here. So right arm's going to come onto your left, backs the hands or palms together. And just feel that gentle release there, opening across your back and shoulders. Lovely. Releasing your hands back onto your knees. Take a nice big exhale to round. Coming back through the center. Left arm comes onto your right, backs the hands or palms together, lifting the elbows on the inhale and exhale. Really nice. Release your hands, inhale, exhale to round. Coming back through a neutral spine. If your eyes are closed, slowly start to open your eyes. We're going to make our way up to standing here. So whichever way feels good to get up, take it nice and slow. Use your hands to assist as you come up and just moving that prop there to the side. Lovely. As you come to a nice, not too wide stance, just a little bend through the knees, we're just going to take some shoulder rolls there. So just rolling those shoulders up and down. Lovely. Then we're going to come over to the wall there. We're just going to take a little downward facing dog using the wall, just to notice how the shoulders feel. So again, feet hip width apart. Just bring your hands there onto the wall. And you can take the feet a little bit further back and just drop the chest down. So you're just getting that lovely stretch and that release. It's a little bit like a puppy pose here, but we're just taking that downward facing dog on the wall. Feel that release across the back of your shoulders, your upper back. When you're ready, just coming off of that wall, take it nice and slow. Hands come back onto baby. Lovely. From there, just take your legs a little bit wider here. So as you take your legs a little bit wider, keep that soft bend there through the knees. Hands stay holding on to baby as you exhale. You're going to slowly fold forwards. Use blocks if you need to. Both hands either come down to the floor. If you need to use those blocks, again, just bring them underneath your hands. And then just slowly pedal it out through the legs there. So you just feel a nice stretch through the lower back, through the backs of the legs. Really nice. Right fingertips or right hand's going to stay down to the floor. Left hand's just going to come onto your lower spine there. So you're just taking a nice little opening there, peeling back that left shoulder. If it feels good, you might want to go ahead and extend that arm. But again, just notice what feels good for your body today. And if you need to ease off, just keep your hand onto your lower spine. Beautiful. Both hands come down to the floor. Walk your hands over to your left foot. Just holding on to that left foot. Allow that head there to soften. And then walk the hands back through the center. Take a nice big inhale through halfway lift. Keep a slight round there through the spine. Hug baby in. And exhale to lower. Beautiful. Left hand comes into the midline. Right hand's going to come onto your lower back, or you can reach your right arm up to the ceiling if that feels good. If it feels too much, take a soft bend through the knees and just keep your right hand onto your lower spine. This might be enough here for you today. Remember, you can always come back to this video and try it again. Maybe you straighten the arm that time, or maybe today just stay with that arm bent. Useful. Both hands come down into the midline. Walk them over towards your right foot. Allow the head there to soften. Bring your hands slowly back through the center. Bring your hands back onto your hips. Take a nice big inhale, coming all the way up. Lovely. And then just turn those toes out to the side. So again, we're coming into goddess squat here, but not too wide with the legs. As you bend through the knees, just gently rocking from side to side, feeling that release there through the hips. Lovely. Take a nice big inhale, straighten those legs. Then just bring those feet a little bit closer together. Just take a few small circles there, further getting into those hips. And again, you can hold on to bump if you want to, or hands can rest onto your hips. And again, just remember to go the other way as well. Taking those hips in a nice big circle, releasing any tension. Really nice. Coming back through the center. Again, feet go a little bit wider. We're taking our goddess squat here. So not too wide, just to where it feels comfortable. So as we exhale, we drop the tailbone down. We keep the core nice and engaged. Hands are just going to rest onto our thighs and just rock from side to side. Lovely. This feels enough. Just staying here. You might bend the elbows and take them out to the side. You might just hold still. Breathing for 3, for 2, and for 1. Lovely. Straighten those legs. Heel toe those feet back together. Then just slowly start to peel down there. So drop your chin to your chest. Slowly lower all the way down. Coming into that forward fold. Again, if bump is quite big, you might be here. You might need the feet a little bit wider. Just notice what feels good. And we're just allowing that head to flop, to be nice and heavy. Releasing through the lower spine and into the back chain of the body. Beautiful. Use your hands there to help you, coming up onto your shins, onto your thighs, coming all the way up. Lovely. From there, you're going to step your left foot a little bit wider, and you're going to come into your warrior 2 stance here. So as you bend through your front leg, again, we're not too wide with our warrior 2. We're keeping nice and strong here through the belly. Hands might rest onto baby. We might have one arm out and one arm onto baby, or both arms out. Beautiful. Just breathing there for 3, nice and strong through the legs. Lovely. For 2, soften the shoulders, look forwards. And for 1, drop your left forearm down to your thigh. Sweep your right arm overhead there, nice side body angle stretch. Again, if this is too much, rest your right hand there onto your hip and just peel back that top shoulder. We're bending through that front leg, but we're not too deep into the bend. Keeping those legs nice and strong, breathing for 3. Lovely. Gaze to the side, to the floor, or forwards for 2. And for 1. Full breath as you inhale, come back for your warrior 2. Straighten that left leg on the inhalation. Bring your left arm forwards first, then exhale to come down through Trikonasana. So a lovely stretch there into the side of the body. Right hand can rest onto baby, or right hand nice and high. Make sure you're not coming too low down here, so you want to stay up top. Breathing for 3, strong legs for 2, and for 1. Beautiful. Inhale, make your way back up. Lovely. Spin your toes to the long side of the mat. Hands come onto the hips. And just take a little bend there through the knees. Really nice. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Spin your right toes to the back of the mat. Take a little bend there through your knees. You're finding warrior 2 on the opposite side. Hands can rest there onto baby, or arms out, find your warrior 2. Lovely, a little bit more of a bend through that right leg. That's it, beautiful. Beautiful, right forearm comes down to your right thigh. Left hand can come onto your hip here, or left arm can float over the head, just depending on what feels most comfortable for your body. You can look to the side, you can look under your arm, or look down to the floor. And a lovely full breath as we inhale, coming back there through our warrior 2. Straightening your right leg. Make sure you're not locking out through that knee. Nice and strong through the quads. Reach your right arm forwards. As you exhale, come down, Trikonasana. Now just notice I'm not coming all the way down to the floor. I'm up top here, so I'm peeling back that left hip. I'm staying nice and strong through my glutes, nice and strong through the legs. Really nice. Mama's coming all the way back up. That's it, lovely. Spin those right toes to the long side of the mat. Hands come onto the hips, take a little bend through the knees, then just gently bring the body forwards, wide leg forward fold. Hands come down to the floor, just take that little reset there. You might want to spin the toes in for internal rotation. As you exhale, just allow the head to be nice and heavy. Take a lovely full breath in and a full breath out. One more full breath. And out. Beautiful. Bring your hands onto your shins, then walk them back onto your hips. Take a nice big inhale, slowly peeling up through the body. From there, heel toeing those feet back to hip with the palm. Coming through a chair pose, just take a little bend there through the knees and just sweep your arms up as you inhale. Lovely, nice and strong there through the legs. Breathing for 3, for 2, and for 1. Take it nice and slow, folding forwards. Use your blocks under your hands if you need to. As you bend through the knees, we're going to slowly come down to our tabletop position. As you come down to your tabletop, notice if you need a cushion underneath your knees, you can always bring that underneath. If it feels okay, then just staying here with no cushion. And just have a little wiggle there, wiggle from right to left. Lovely. Then send the bottom back to the heels. So take the knees a little bit wider, make space for bump. You might need a block underneath your bottom. And just bring your hands onto baby. Soften and slide the shoulders down the back. Grow tall there with the spine. Take a lovely big breath in. And a big breath out. 2 more. Big breath in. And out. 1 more. Lovely. Walking those hands forwards, come back to your tabletop. Pressing into your palms, curl your toes under. If you normally take downward facing dog in your yoga practice, pushing back. If not, stay in your tabletop. Lovely. As you find your downward facing dog, you might find you need to bend through the knees a little bit more. Just notice how this feels now with bump. Just pedal nice and slowly through your legs. Lovely. As you exhale, drop back down to your knees. Bring your right foot forwards, ground it between your palms. Take it nice and slow. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Take a little opening there through the chest. Right hand comes down. Curling the back toes under. Use blocks if you need to. Lift the back knee if you're feeling okay. Coming up through that high lunge, just shorten your stance a little bit. Reach the arms up. Lovely, nice and strong through the legs. We just take 3 little lower downs here. Hands can always come onto the hips for 1, for 2, and for 3. Really nice. Ground the back foot down. Finding your warrior two stance here, so bending into that front leg, making sure our stance is not too wide. Hands rest onto baby here, soften the shoulders down the back. Full breath in, and a lovely big breath out. Lovely, reach the right arm forwards, left arm back. Little reverse warrior here, so you're going to flip your right palm, then reach it up and over. Again, we're not stretching too much through the side body, just finding a little bit of length there. Inhale, come back through our warrior two. Straightening that right leg on the inhale, Trikonasana, so right arm comes forwards. Exhale to come down, lift the left arm high. Inhale, come back there for your warrior two. Side angle, right forearm's going to drop down to your thigh. Take 3 big circles with that left arm. Circle for 3, for 2, and for 1. Lovely. Allow that left arm to guide you back up. Find your warrior two. Take it nice and slow. Bring the hands down to the floor. Drop down to the back knee. Step the right leg back. Find your tabletop. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we round. Coming back through a neutral spine. Curling the toes, pushing back, downward dog. Really nice, guys. Step your, really nice, guys. Slowly drop down to your knees. Bring your left leg forwards. Take it nice and slow. Curl the back toes under. Reach the left arm up as you inhale. Make space for baby if you need to. Heel toe the left foot a little bit wider as you reach the left arm up. Exhale, left hand comes down. Use blocks if you need to. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, but coming up, high lunge. Lovely, nice and strong through this stance. Shorten the stance a little bit if you need to. Hands can come onto the hips to help the balance. Lower the back knee for 3, for 2, and for 1. Ground the back foot down, find your warrior two. Bending through that front leg, finding that warrior two. Left arm forwards, right arm back. Strong, ladies. From there, just flip your left palm, reversing that warrior. Find that little bit of length there through the side of the body. Right hand can hold onto bump, or right hand onto your hip. Make sure you're bending through that front leg. If it's too much to reach that arm up, you can just keep your left hand there onto your thigh. Beautiful. Come back for your warrior two. Straightening that left leg on the inhale. Bring the left arm forwards and slowly start to come down. Find your Trikonasana. Again, remember you don't have to reach the right arm high. You can come onto your hip or rest onto bump. But if it feels good, lift that arm up. Nice and strong through the legs. Lovely. Inhale, we come back up. Bend through the front leg. Drop your left forearm down to your thigh. Then right arm comes overhead. Circles there for 1, for 2, and for 3. Beautiful. Let that right arm guide you up as you inhale. Slowly start to bring the hands down to the floor. Drop down to your back knee. Take it slow. Step the left leg back, tabletop. Lovely. Knees a little bit wider there. Just move the hips from side to side. And as we exhale, curling our toes under, push back, downward dog. Lovely, soft bend there through the knees. Walk the toes to the top of the space. Hands come up onto your shins. Walk the hands up the thighs. Pressing onto the thighs as we inhale, coming up. Lovely, just give those hands, those feet a little bit of a shake out. So we're just releasing any tension that we might be holding on to. Really nice. And then from there, keeping those feet hip width apart, just playing a little bit around with balance here. So we did this in the last practice, the 20-minute flow. So you just want to shift your weight over to the right leg, holding on to baby, just lifting that left leg. Lovely, come back through the center and over to the left. Lovely, back through the center. This time, arms up. Gonna reach the arms up, maybe give a little bend through the elbows. If you can, take a little bend through that right leg. Breathing for 3, for 2, and for 1. Bring that left leg down, hands to the heart center, shift the weight other side, lift the right leg. Hands can stay here, or again, reach the arms up for 3, for 2, and for 1. Lovely, hands come back onto baby. Feet still a little bit wide here, just take those circles. Really nice, releasing through those hips. I'm going to shortly come down to the floor. Lovely, really nice, guys. From there, take it slow as you come down to your mat. So again, dropping down to one knee first, bringing the hands down, left leg comes round, and then you're going to swing round onto your sit bones. Remember, if you need your cushion here, bring that cushion underneath your bottom. Just gives you a little bit of padding there and a nice little support. Lovely. Take the legs wide here. So again, not too wide. Keep a soft bend through the knees if you need to. If you need any extra kind of cushioning for the knees, maybe bring blocks or cushions underneath. If this feels okay, then just staying here. And you're going to use your blocks here, so grab a hold of your blocks if you can. Maybe just one or maybe both. You're going to slowly start to bring that block down onto the lower edge. You're going to bring your forearms onto the block. So we're just allowing bump to rest here, allowing the weight of the body to come down, allow the head to be nice and heavy. Yeah, more of a restorative posture here. So we're really allowing that softness through the back of the neck, the shoulders. Hands are nice and relaxed. And as we shift our weight forwards, we feel that release across the back of our body. Really nice, ladies. From there, slowly bring those hands back onto the block, walk yourself back up. You're going to bend your right leg in towards you. As you bend your right leg in towards you, just release your right fingertips down. Left arm comes overhead, nice big stretch. Lovely, opposite side, left hand comes down, right arm up and over. Maybe keep this arm straight if it feels good, or take a little bend there as you reach up and over. Lovely, back through the center, fingertips out to the side, lengthen through the crown of the head, soften the shoulders down the back. Really nice, straightening your right leg out to the side, then bending your left knee this time in towards you. Left hand comes down, you're going to reach your right arm up and over, a little side body stretch there. Coming back through the center, right hand comes down, left arm comes up and over, a little bend through the elbow. Inhale back through the center. Lovely, one more little opening there through the hip flexors, just grab a hold of your blocks. And you're going to slowly bring both soles of the feet together. As the soles of the feet come together, you're going to use those blocks underneath your knees here. So you're just going to rest your hands onto your knees, or maybe holding onto baby. And just feel that release there into your inner thighs. Softening the shoulders, softening the face. If you find the blocks are too high, you can always lower them. Just make sure you keep those blocks underneath for a little bit of support there. You're probably feeling quite energetic. We don't want to overstretch the body. And you may wish to, again, release across that lower back. Maybe bring the hands there onto the insides of the feet. Elbows just rest inside of your thighs. If not, they can come onto the front of your shins. Again, just drop the head down so you're releasing across the back chain of the body. And as you inhale, slowly bringing the body back up. Lovely, hands come underneath your knees. Slowly draw those knees back together. From there, just removing those blocks to the top of your mat. So again, one block at the top, and then you can release the other block. We're going to come down to a nice comfortable Shavasana here. Now normal Shavasana would be on the back, but as you are in second trimester, we're not allowed to lie on the back. So if you have a bolster or a cushion, if you have extra cushions, you might want to grab them. You're going to bring this cushion there between your thighs. In fact, I'm going to grab a little bit of a bigger cushion. So I'm going to use this kind of like cushion. It's quite chunky. So you're going to stay down onto the floor. You're going to lie on your left side here. So I'm just going to swap the block over. I'm going to come down to my left side. And this block here is like a little cushion, a little pillow underneath your head. As you lay down onto your left hand side, take it nice and slow. You can bring that right leg over that cushion. Just going to rest the head there, down onto your block. Or you might just use your hand instead of the block. And you're just going to stack that right leg on top. And on this left hand side, softening the shoulders, softening the face. Both arms either stack on top of each other or maybe right hand stays holding on to bump. And we start to come back to this place of stillness. This gentle rise and fall of the belly. This nice safe position here. There's no more yoga poses to do, no more work. Just fully allowing the body to soften. And reminding yourself there's nowhere else to be. Nothing else to think about. Other than this rise and fall of the belly. This connection with your baby as you lie here in Shavasana. So enjoying these still moments. These times where there's nothing else to think about. And Shavasana really is the most important pose of the practice, as it allows the body and the mind to fully connect. It allows you to absorb your practice, absorb what you've learned, and absorb things that didn't maybe feel good for you today. And just remind yourself that this is a practice, it's a journey. And as you're carrying a little human, that journey is a very exciting one that's always going to change. If you're practicing yoga every day, maybe you feel energetic today, maybe you feel tired. Just acknowledge that, how you feel. And the most important thing about this practice is that you came on the mat today and you tried. It may have been tricky, it might have been easy. You've done that whole half an hour practice. As you lay here on your left hand side, just take a nice full breath in and a lovely big breath out. Remind yourself you can stay here for as long as you need to. If you're coming back into the space with me, then just wiggle your toes, circle those ankles. And wiggle those fingers, circle those wrists. And take it nice and slow. Using your right palm there, you're going to press into the floor. You're going to slowly release your right leg, slowly coming all the way back to a nice comfortable seat. Again, you can bring your cushion down and maybe come onto your cushion if that feels good. And hands rest onto bump. Take a lovely full breath in. And take a nice big breath out. Bring one hand onto your heart center and one hand can stay onto your bump. Congratulate yourself for coming on the mat today, for giving yourself the time and for allowing your body and your mind and baby to connect. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bring a smile back to your face and then blink your eyes open. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me on the mat today. Namaste.